Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Tuesday, February 20th, 2024. Stand up for your country. You know, the founding fathers would definitely be worried if they were alive today about this country. There's no doubt in my mind. The corrupt media, probably the number one issue in the founders' minds, because as we've mentioned more than once, they carved out special protections for the press so the press could inform you in an honest way, and that is not happening. The reason is that the giant corporations have taken over most of the American media, and they couldn't care less about anything but profits. They're not looking for good talent. They're not looking for good journalism. Most of the investigative units have been destroyed. You might have heard Catherine Herridge, investigative reporter at CBS News. They let her go. On and on and on and on. So if the founders are around, they go, wow, that's a pretty big change in the way that we had set up the country. And then you add in the collapsing justice system, both civil and criminal, where if somebody sues you, accuses you, you better have $1 million to defend yourself. I mean, that's how ridiculous this whole thing is in the civil courts. And it'll take 2 or 3 years. And by that time, you and your family could be destroyed. Your reputation's destroyed. And there's nobody going to help you. Nobody. There's no fast trial. The lawyers are going to bill you $600, $700 an hour. So anybody can destroy you by suing you. That's what happened to Trump. But there was another component to Trump. The only reason that he was charged with fraud in the real estate transactions is because the Democrats that run New York want to destroy him. And they were successful, at least partially. Now, I believe a lot of this is going to be overturned. But in the meantime, the power of the state of New York went after one individual, Donald Trump. And there's no doubt. There's no doubt. And we have another thing coming up. When you have a so-called victim who doesn't know what year her victimization took place, doesn't know what year it took place, doesn't that raise a few flags? Donald Trump. As soon as he walks in, guilty. No benefit of the doubt, no due process. So when you have this corrupt media, collapsing justice system, and then you have a very apathetic American public. You know, 50% of us don't give a hoot about what happens. They're lost in cyberspace. They're on their phones 24/7. They're lazy. They're ill-informed. They don't know anything. They have no curiosity about anything. They just blithely create their own shallow world. And whatever happens in the country doesn't really concern them. You know, it's too boring. Okay? Whereupon, in the 1930s and 40s, we had a depression where everybody was in it together. And then we had a war, World War II, where you had to participate. So the mindset was totally different, but not now. So let me give you a good example, and that's the subject of the Talking Points memo. So a lot of people have written me about ranking the presidents. This comes out of the 2024 Presidential Greatness Project. And because I'm writing a book called Confronting the Presidents, No Spin Assessments from Washington to Biden, people want my opinion. And I gave it last night on News Nation. I'll play a little bit of that in a moment. But anyway, this crew, Presidential Greatness Projects, run by a political science professor at the University of Houston and an associate political science professor at Coastal Carolina University. So 2 guys run this. All right, they've had some trouble. So former members have quit saying that this project is too liberal. Now, does that mean I condemn the project? No. You know, people are disenchanted and they quit for a variety of reasons, but it's on their resume. So when the list comes out of the ranking of the president, they have the top 4 this way. Lincoln first, FDR second, Washington third, Teddy Roosevelt fourth. That's okay. I might quibble here and there with a little bit of it, But all four of those men were great presidents. There's no doubt about it. But then the thing goes crazy. Barack Obama is the seventh greatest president out of 45. That's ridiculous. That totally destroys the credibility of this organization. It wasn't that Obama was a bad president. He wasn't. He wasn't. But his enduring legacy is one thing and one thing only: Obamacare, which helps poor Americans to this day. But that's it in 8 years. And you can make a solid argument that his one world philosophy weakened the United States overseas. You can make a solid argument it did. You can make another solid argument that he was a polarizing figure. Okay, remember the guns and Bible and all of that. Michelle Obama saying, "Oh, the first time I'm proud of my country." That's all polarizing. It's all polarizing. Okay, it doesn't bring the country together. So number 7, when I saw that, I went, okay, I know what's going on. And then Biden clocks in at number 14. It's that, now we're into Looney Tunes. Remember the cartoon Looney Tunes? That's where we are. Biden 14. Biden has hurt this country in almost every single way in 3 years plus. And the American people know it. But apparently these political scientists don't, because they don't want to know. They're voting their ideology. Okay, so this came up with Leland Vittert. I do his program at 7 p.m. Eastern every Monday. Roll the tape.
I thought when you rank FDR second, LBJ ninth, Obama seventh, that says you care a lot more about the liberal policies they institute than you do about the men and what they accomplished.
Sure. I mean, this is a liberal organization, and they have ranked the presidents in an ideological way. So confronting the presidents, my book that'll be out in September, basically is very simple, because I'm a simple man, Leland, as you well know. Who hurt the country? Who helped the country? And then we weigh one against the other to come up with judgments about whether they were effective or not. We do not rank the presidents, although we say that Lincoln was the greatest president because he had the most to overcome, following perhaps the worst president, James Buchanan, who allowed the South to get completely out of control in 4 years, did absolutely nothing to stem that rebellion. Okay, so in their survey, they have Buchanan second worst, Donald Trump first worst. First worst. So this liberal group, and it is, come on. I mean, you're putting LBJ with high marks? Did you forget about the Vietnam War? Come on. They put LBJ up there because of the Great Society welfare programs. But I guess they just didn't kind of notice Vietnam. LBJ totally blew that. 100% on him. So it's just, as a historian, I'm just appalled. But anyway, so Trump is the worst because these people don't like Trump. Okay? And that came up. Go. So Donald Trump was a fairly successful president as far as policy was concerned. But January 6th obliterated his presidency. My line when we write about Trump is January 6th is Trump's Lewinsky. And that's true. The election denial in January 6th that followed that obliterated all the good things that Donald Trump did in the 4 years. And he did good things. It's just there. It's like a baseball player who hits 50 home runs. It's just there. Now, if he makes 10 errors or whatever, the baseball player who hits 50 home runs, then you got a balance. But there's no balance here. Trump's the worst president. No. He solidified the economy, and that helped every single working American because real wages were up about 8%. So everybody was helped who's in the marketplace. And then he stabilized overseas, wiping out ISIS. You know the drill. And he's the worst. So this is just a parody. But it gets all over the place. Okay? All over the place. And there's Biden going, oh, I'm number 14. Trump's the worst. Yeah. Okay. Again, it all comes back to progressive people, and I have to put the two political science professors, even though I don't know them, in that category. And by the way, I'm going to say my producers here, let's try to get one of the two on next week, the professors that wrote this thing. I bet you they run, but I'll try to get one of the two on next week, and we'll have an interesting debate. But progressives love Joe Biden. Though if you're a progressive American, and believe me, they are the majority in colleges across the country, progressives. You love Biden because he does what the progressives want 100%. Yeah, it's not successful, but the progressives put ideology above performance. But it's the same thing with Trump. The MAGA people don't really care. They're going to like Trump no matter what. They don't trust the establishment. They don't trust the media. They don't trust anything, but they love their guy, Donald Trump. It's the same mindset. We're not looking, all right, for reality. We are entrenched on MAGA or on the progressive left. I always say, try to step back and look at what's really happening, backed up by facts, which is why you watch and listen to me. Because we don't do any commentary here without being backed up by reality. And that's the memo. Mike Lindell and MyPillow employees want to thank No Spin News viewers for the continued support and to say thanks. They're offering 50% off their best prices on overstock, clearance, and even new products. Right now, get 50% off the MyPillow 2.0, their brand new flannel sheets, or their 6-pack towel sets. They offer free shipping on larger items such as mattresses and mattress toppers that are 100% made in the USA. Everything is on sale. Kitchen towels that actually absorb, dog beds, blankets, couch pillows, and much more. So please go to mypillow.com, use the promo code BILL, or call 800-869-0298 for free shipping on your entire order. That's 800-869-0298, or go to mypillow.com, promo code BILL. Let's get to the mail. We got Carol, concierge member. Again, we urge you to get an insurance policy for your life at a very small cost and sign up for concierge membership on BillO'Reilly.com. You get a free book, any of my books, Killing the Witches, still selling. Get it free. All right, here's what Carol said. I'm now concerned how Judge Scott McAfee will rule in the Fani Willis case because he's running for election in May, re-election. I am too. If Fani Willis doesn't get booted, it's absolutely because of politics. I agree with you 100%. That is the big thing. Judge McAfee's re-election. Gabriel Caponera, Chicago. This may seem like an unimportant question, but I have to ask, does Letitia James have so much time on her hands that she can sit in a courtroom to witness the verdict of a defendant only if it's Trump? Because it's politics for her. Letitia James is running on, I hate Trump. So that's why she's there. Brendan Fannin, Chandler, North Carolina. What are your thoughts, Bill, on a Trump RFK team? Come on. They're not compatible in any way. It would never happen. I know they put this stuff out on the internet. I know. It's so stupid. Patrick Higgins, Grizzly Flats, California. On February 19, 2023, the national debt was $31.4 trillion. On February 19th, 2024, 1 year later, $34.2 trillion. Biden's the biggest spending president in history by far. Nobody even close. Spend, 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 bankrupting the country. Sarah Boyce, Croton-on-Hudson, New York. I came across a quote by James Madison. In your repeated examples of corrupt media, O'Reilly, I thought it was time to send it to you. Madison says, quote, Popular government without popular information or the means of acquiring it is but a prologue to a farce or tragedy, perhaps both. You bet. That is true. David Malchak, Raleigh, North Carolina. To what extent have the airlines improved since 22? Is it safe to start taking flights again? It was never a safety problem. United States Airlines are the safest airlines in the world. It's a, can I get on the, I was going to say a bad word. Can I get on a damn plane? Once you're on the plane, you're fine. Candida Kane, Gilbert, Illinois. I used the term progressive online, and Facebook corrected me by saying Republicans were the first progressives. True, Teddy Roosevelt. But the term has now changed to mean far left. Terms change throughout history. Stephen, I am a conservative, not 100% Republican. We brought our two daughters from China 24 and 21 years ago, respectively. We had to go through hoops in order to get them into this country, but it was all worth it. Well, you did it the right way, Stephen. And I bet you your daughters contribute greatly to this country. I bet you they do. Okay, go to BillO'Reilly.com. We've got last day for our special. You got, United States of Trump. You got a whole bunch in a mug. I can't remember what we have. There it is. Killing Kennedy. United States of Trump. And a mug. $37. Last day. We're not making much money on this. We're just doing it. You can pre-order Confronting the Presidents. We hope you do. On BillO'Reilly.com. We will not bill you until we send it to you. Word of the day, do not be pawky. P-A-W-K-Y. Final thought in a moment. Let me tell you a story about a guy named Leo Grillo. Leo was on a road trip, came across a Doberman. His dog was severely underweight, clearly in trouble. Leo rescued that Doberman and named him Delta. And this inspired Leo to start Delta Rescue, the largest no-kill, care-for-life animal sanctuary in the world. They have rescued thousands of dogs, cats, and horses. Do you know what Leo's mission is? Dedication and everlasting love to the animals. That will be Leo's legacy. Delta Rescue relies solely on contributions from people like you and me. Speak with your estate planner because there are tax-saving estate planning benefits. You can grow your estate while letting your love for animals live well into the future, leaving a legacy for those animals who need it the most. So please visit deltarescue.org today to learn more. True or false, using your tax refund to pay off credit card debt is smart. False. Donewithdebt.com published a brilliant survey designed to let you keep your hard-earned tax refund and reduce or eliminate credit card debt. Done with Debt found that filing bankruptcy is usually not the answer, and taking out loans to pay off credit cards usually increases debt. When you engage Done with Debt, their legal experts and skilled negotiators take on the credit card companies for you. Their winning strategies are designed with one goal: solve your debt situation quickly and permanently. So first things first, chat with a Done with Debt strategist, explore your options. Some debt fighting strategies are time sensitive, so you'll need to move quickly. For a free consultation, please visit donewithdebt.com. That's donewithdebt.com. All right. I am a journalist historian. In my career in journalism, I've often had gut feelings about things. Not always right, but more right than wrong. I have a feeling something big is going to happen in the political area of this country. I don't know when. Now, I told you I didn't think Joe Biden was going to be on the ballot a year ago. His position in 1 year has deteriorated dramatically, as everybody knows, if you follow the polls, if you follow any kind of information flow. So I was correct about that. And his own party doesn't want him to run, as the Siena poll in New York shows. They don't want him to run. something's going to happen, but I'm not sure it's going to be Biden. But I know I can feel it. I can feel it. Something's coming before we vote in November. We got what? 9 months left, something like that. So I did this final thought to get it on tape. So when something does happen, and it's got to be big, okay, I'll be able to play this for you. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. We will see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.